This London school in Russia consisted of 66 countries, students from 66 countries. We got to Moscow. The very first thing we had to do was forget about you with Leonard Paterson or Bill Lawrence or Steve Nelson. For communist security reasons, you had to change your name. So I'm going to give you the name of some of our students. We had a student from your territory, Los Angeles. Pete Garcia, I think he came from Pedro. They asked him what was his new name. He's a Mexican. Abraham Lincoln. We had a Negro from Detroit, Ed Williams. He said, well, Brother Lincoln, you Abraham Lincoln, I'm George Washington. We had a Jewish comrade from New York City, Abe Harfield. If you Abraham Lincoln and George Washington, I'm J.P. Morgan. Gus Hall was Malone. Leonard Paterson was Cotton Terry. I took my name after a baseball player. Now we got to travel all over the Soviet Union and spread what they call international propaganda. You had to tell how wonderful the Soviet Union is. But the United States, you got 15 million unemployed. They're burning up wheat to keep up the prices. The farmers can't have bread. People are dying from malnutrition. And ladies and gentlemen, while I was spreading those lies, I know I was lying, but I made that thing so good that sometimes these old Russian women would be crying with tears for the poor, hungry American people. A Russian worker couldn't eat eggs. Won't no eggs for me. Couldn't have no eggs. No butter, no eggs, no milk. He had nothing but what we call hashed brown potatoes and black bread and no butter. The houses out there on the farm, what do you think they had for a roof? At least in North Carolina, where I came from, they had 10. Then they woke up to shingles. I'm talking back in those days. But they had straw. The shoes were sandals wrapped with toe bagging around the leg. Those are the ones we were telling was much better off than we were. Well, then let me get on back to the Lenin School again, subjects that we've taken up. And the national trade union question. History of the Communist Party of the United States, history of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, history of the German Communist Party, the Canton Revolution in China, the general strike in Germany that failed after World War I, the French Revolution, all these subjects we've taken up. Then military strategy and tactics, how to read maps, how to do field problems, how to field strip machine guns, pistols, weapons, identification of weapons of foreign countries, identification of airplanes, how to capture a building, how to blow up a bridge, how to capture a communication system. The communists taught the people how to make Molotov cocktails. Let me give you one example of what I was taught in school. We had a problem, and the Russian instructor said, now, says, you have captured that village, but there's one man, there's a kulak. A kulak would be a farmer that owned about 40 acres. And he got influence over those people. And the order was liquidate the kulak and liquidate all private property. What would you do? He asked me if you was a commander. I said, I'd liquidate him. He said, if I was a commander, I'd shoot you. You don't liquidate him until you get his influence from all the people. You go along with him and use him until you take the influence away from the people. Then you shoot him.